So this month actually marks exactly 1 year since I've owned my WRX. I'm gonna be breaking down this video into 3 categories for you guys. How much I've spent, the reliability of the car over the past year, and if you guys are curious, my overall final thoughts of the car, if you should get one, and how I'm able to actually afford to do all this stuff, and I'm only 19 years old. First, we're gonna dive into what I've done to the car and how much I've spent. So let's go check it out. So if you guys don't already know, this is my 2015 Subaru WRX. And I've done a lot to it, as you can see. So before going around to the front and the back, let's talk about the window tint. So I just got this front windshield tinted. It's 35% in the front windshield, 18% in the front doors, and 5% in the rears. So in total, I've spent around $390 on tint just alone. So wrapping around to the front here, first thing that you guys can really notice is my front bumper conversion. I spent around $900 on this alone. I got the front bumper from a junkyard for $150. This is around $400 because it's real carbon fiber and just a mesh here. About $20 on these fog light bezels here. Don't mind this one fell off. I'm getting a new one soon. And for this license relocation kit, I actually spent around $80 on that. And then coming down here, this front lip is actually fake carbon fiber because I don't really want to spend a lot of money on a front lip that I'm just gonna bash. I went through 3 front lips total on my old front bumper to this new front bumper, and that cost me around $300, so $100 per lip. So let's move over to the headlights. Some of you guys might notice in my older videos that I actually had some aftermarket headlights. Those actually broke, so I'm actually running my stock ones here with the C-Light modification. So I actually spent $400 on the aftermarket headlights, but the stock ones with the C-Light modification is around $180. Also coming down into the rear here, I actually have hella horns. This is one of the first installs I did to the car. Hella horns, I mostly did it just for the way it looks. I think it really looks cool. The horn, the actual horn, it's super loud and it makes it sound really aggressive too, but mainly I just did it for the looks so that the hella horn kind of shows through the grill. So coming around to the side here, I'm actually running Outhand DSO2s on my car. These cost me around $1,100 and the tires are around $400. Tires aren't that expensive. I just went through 2 sets because I actually debeaded in my fronts and the rears. I didn't debead, but I just, extra pair of tires anyways. Since we're already on the sides, we're gonna move up here to these window visors. These window visors are actually OEM window visors. I got it straight from the Subaru dealership, and those cost me around $130 just for these window visors. They're really nice compared to some of the aftermarket ones. I think the best window visors, in my opinion, are just OEM ones. And I mean, tell me what you guys think about them. All right, let's wrap around to the rears here. So I'm actually running the Subi Speed TR style taillights, I believe. I kind of forgot what they're called. I'm pretty sure they're TR style. These taillights actually cost me $500. And to top off the exterior, I just got some light bulbs, which cost around $80. I bought 2 pairs, so it's about just $80 for those. And since we're still talking about the aesthetics of the car, let's go on the inside and see how much I spent inside here. So my interior is nothing really special for right now. It's mostly stock besides my head unit right in the middle. This is actually an I-doing head unit. So this head unit cost me $400. Kind of expensive, but I really think it makes the car on the inside look much more modern, and it really takes away that all the knobs and notchiness about the old car. Even if the newer models have the little screen, it just doesn't satisfy having this giant iPad screen here that you can just touch and looks very nice. It kind of looks like the ones in Honda Civics, which, I mean, it just looks great and makes the car feel a lot new. So I do have some other stuff in the car, like this silver collar right here, some stickers, but I'm not really gonna add those to the list of the modifications to the car. One of the last things I'm gonna talk about for the like aesthetics of the car and how it looks that I've done to it, I actually just did bags for the car, if you guys noticed. If you guys watched my video, I actually did bags for the car. That cost around $4,000. It really hurt. But before this, I actually had BC Racing coilovers, which were about $1,100. So I had the BC Racing coilovers for a long time, and I just saw these bags about a couple weeks ago. So that cost me a lot of money. So all I've talked about is just the exterior or the aesthetics that I've done to the car, and the running total on that is actually $10,090 alone, just on making the car look the way I want it to look. But now let's hop into the performance aspect of the car and how much I spent on that and what I've spent it on. So one of the first things I suggest every WRX owner to get in their car is a Cobb access port. This cost me around $700, and the mount here cost me around $60 as well. All right, let's pop the hood and see what I got under there. So if you weren't surprised, my car isn't really much of a power car. I really just did it just because I love stancing cars and just making cars look nice. Power really isn't an aspect I like, but I did do some modifications just so I have a little more power than all my friends, you know? So first thing here, we have a Cobb Big SF intake system, and that cost me around $450. Directly next to it, I actually just installed an HKS SQV4 blow-off valve, and that cost me around $300. Below all this, I'm actually running an NVIDIA catted J-pipe right there. Not sure if you can see it. So the J-pipe actually cost me around $840, and that actually connects all the way back here to the exhaust that I'm running. I'm actually running the NVIDIA R400 right back here. It's a catback exhaust. That cost me around $1,200. I thought it was really worth it. I love the sound of this compared to every other exhaust. And continuing to talk about the exhaust, I actually got a resonator delete on the exhaust just to make it sound a lot more cleaner and better in my opinion. The resonator delete actually cost me $150 just to cut it off and weld another like pipe right there. Before this exhaust, I was actually running a axleback exhaust. It was a remarked axleback exhaust, and that cost me $370. It's a really good option for anyone who just wants to just unleash the sound of the WRX for a pretty cheap option until you upgrade into a catback exhaust. So for performance alone, that cost me $5,070. So before we get into our grand total, how much I spent, I've actually spent around $450 on services, not including oil changes, you know, like all that, just like, you know, maintenance stuff. I do maintenance all by myself, so that saved me a lot of money. But for services such as maybe an installation of a part that I need, resonator deletes, etc., I spent around $450 just on that, and maintenance is all done by myself. And other costs for the car that I've spent in the past year, meaning maybe just like buying oil or like, you know, just all the basic stuff, around $500 was not that bad for an entire year. So in 1 year, our grand total of the spending on the WRX is $16,110. Guys, I'm only 19. It still blows my mind that I've spent that much money. I'm only 19 years old and I spent $16,000 on a car. So moving on to the next subject here, reliability. So the reliability of the car of the past year is actually phenomenal. I've had close to no issues, and all the issues that I have had with the car were on my part. Meaning that maybe I installed something wrong, I didn't tighten things down, there was a leak somewhere. But I would guarantee you guys, if you guys bought a WRX and you kept it stock, I would guarantee that you would have no issues until you mod it. But that's a given with any car you mod. After modifications and the proper tuning, the car runs perfect, no issues at all, guys. I can't stress enough that this is my dream car and it runs the way I want it to. It hasn't failed on me at all. Probably I'll give it like a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Some people might think other and differently, but for me and my experiences of this car, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 if you take care of the car. So make sure you take care of your car. So this is the end of the video. I'm actually gonna sit down with you guys and talk to you guys real quick. So if you guys don't already know, my name is Jaydon. I'm 19 years old. I own this car. I spent a bunch of money on this thing. If you guys are wondering how I'm actually able to afford all this, don't think that, you know, I have my own business, I do stocks or anything, my family's wealthy. No, none of that. My family's not wealthy at all. I'm just, you know, just a normal guy. I'm in school, I'm paying for school, but I have a job still and everything. So a lot of you guys always ask me, Jaydon, what is Limitless? What does it stand for? So Limitless actually advocates for you to go above and beyond all limits, and that once you finally overcome the constant reminder of fear and failure that lives within you, only then will you feel boundless. So, you know, get up, get out of bed, do what you always wanted to do. Talk to that girl that you thought that was cute in class, start that business you always wanted to start. Just do whatever you want to do, because a life filled with regret isn't a life truly lived at all. So get up and get out and become limitless. And that really sticks with me because, like I said, I'm only 19 years old and I've accomplished so much because I told myself that I really could. It's either gonna be one day I'm gonna own this WRX, or it's gonna be day one that I'm gonna start saving for this WRX. It wasn't 2 years ago that, if you guys don't already know where I actually started from, I started on TikTok. I just made some random videos, and next thing you know, a year or two later, I gained an accumulation of 1.2 million followers on that. And it really wasn't something I really wanted to do because TikTok is like, it's just more comedy stuff. But YouTube is where I really wanted to pursue my passion of just working on cars and just recording me and my friends just having fun in our lives, and hopefully making this a career, you know, starting a business with like our own brand of Limitless or something. But so I hope you guys actually enjoyed this video. Hopefully it's pretty short. I didn't want to drag it on for too long because I know a lot of you guys just want to know how much I've spent in the car, and you know, what I've actually done to the car, how I got this money, etc., you know. But let's just get straight to it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Roll the end credits.